The way we're developing our demonstration site is also very much the way we teach people to develop their land, which is a process of transitioning to an ecological form of farming rather than doing it all in one go. We have about 8 to 10 acres which are under cultivation of one form or another. So what we've done is we've designed it step by step. The production of corn and main crops is always a winter activity, a rainy season activity. So for us as a demonstration site, that enables us year on year to go through a new design process so that we design our area of main crops and we implement it. So this year we have 40 leaders of the local communities here in Suchitoto who are taking part in a year-long design course. And as part of that course, which is a mixture of theory and practice, they came up with a design for this milpa, which we had a look at earlier. And they then took part in the implementation of that design. So they've been coming here for a couple of days every month, once they made the design, planting it according to the design, and then maintaining and seeing whether their measures for pest control have worked or not. So, as I say, the designing, we usually start from zone 1 in our designing, which is the area around the house, and we have a design for the house down at the bottom. And the design principles that we teach are slow steps. Whatever we do in a small way, and we do it slowly so that we can be certain of the results and that we can experiment and see what's happening. We always start with a really good analysis. We use the process first of all of going out to the land and analysing all the different factors that might affect the production of that land. So we came here with the design course students and we did an analysis of the site, which means they measured the degree of slope, which enabled them to decide at what intervals to create soil conservation measures. We analysed the fertility of the soil, we analysed the type of soil, we looked at factors which in permaculture are called sectors. So we looked at where the sun is on the land, at what times of day, where it rises and where it sets. We looked at where the storms and the wind comes from and where the running water and the rain comes from. And we came up with a design. So what they do when they've done that analysis, they actually draw that on a piece of paper. And then they start to think, well, what do we want to get from this site? What do we want to produce? And in this particular site, what we wanted was a demonstration, diversified corn. We also wanted to provide food for people here on the land and some seeds. So that's why we have such a diversity of different plants that I mentioned earlier. And the design is based on using the natural local resources that you've got to hand, always using native seeds, always improving the soil and improving the soil conservation, and seeing how different elements in the design can work together. So we plant in guilds. The most famous guild in this area in Latin America is called the Three Sisters, and it's corn and beans and squash. So the squash provides soil cover, keeps the weeds down, and obviously you get production from it. The beans climb up the maize and also fertilise the soil by fixing nitrogen. So it's a very famous guild. But here we're experimenting with other guilds, other ways, other combinations of planting in which the plants work together. So in permaculture we're always looking at beneficial relationships. Beneficial relationship between the plants, between the life in the soil, with the beneficial insects. And in terms of working with humans, we're always looking at beneficial relationships of human community too, and between human community and the natural community.
Los padres nuestros o los abuelos trabajaban la agricultura también, pero lo hacían de una forma que no era muy adecuada. No era adecuado en el caso de mejorar el medio ambiente, sino que lo destruían, ¿no? Sino que hacían talar los árboles o el bosque y le ponían fuego, ¿no? Entonces eso venía a deteriorar más que todo el planeta, ¿no?
Es muy interesante porque antes solo se cultivaba el monocultivo Y con las enseñanzas, digamos que el Instituto de Permacultura y los conocimientos que nos han enseñado, hemos aprendido a hacer el cultivo diversificado. O sea, no cultivar solo una cosa, sino que tener todo lo necesario para nuestra alimentación.
Como voluntario a trabajar, a apoyar en el terreno. Y a mí me gustó la forma en la que cultivaban, más que todo eran los cultivos. Pero después, cuando empecé a participar en el curso de diseño, ya fui entendiendo más la permacultura. Y lo que me motiva es porque lo veo como una nueva forma de vida, que no solamente la agricultura, sino todos los aspectos. La forma en cómo solucionar los problemas, cómo cuidar el medio ambiente, cómo producir nuestros propios alimentos, cómo seamos más independientes nosotros, que no tengamos que traer todo de afuera, sino que nosotros podemos cultivar, podemos nosotros vivir en armonía con la naturaleza.
Ahora tengo la oportunidad de poder enseñar, ¿verdad? Porque estoy como instructora, ¿verdad? Y poderle enseñar pues a todas estas personas una vida diferente, cómo pues trabajar con la naturaleza y no en su contra, y cuidar pues todo lo que nos ha regalado, porque siento pues verdad de que todo lo que he aprendido lo estoy cultivando con las demás personas. Es pues un cambio que vamos a hacer pues verdad, y enseñarle para darle una mejor vida a nuestras futuras generaciones. Después la vamos a moler en el molino.